All right, you guys, Coach Zach here from Inspire FAE Coaching, and I'm here today to talk about push-ups. So push-ups are a super effective exercise. They can add mass, they can add strength, and they can also cause injury or reinforce bad movement patterns if we're not doing them properly. So today I'm going to show you a few regressions that you can do on your way to working up to a full push-up. You won't need any fancy equipment. I've got a couple chairs, I've got a wall, I've got the floor, I've got a yoga block, but really we can make do with just about anything to get this done. So the first exercise I'm going to show you is just a simple wall push-up, okay? So you're going to come onto the wall, hands down, come up on your toes here. That's going to shift the weight into the hands. And the arms want to make roughly a 90-degree angle with the torso, right? So the arms aren't way up here and they're not way down here. That would be kind of uncomfortable. So generally where you're comfortable. And we're just going to lower our body toward the wall till my forehead touches the wall. I'm going to hold there for 1 and push back up for 2. So all these exercises today are going to be done on a 2-1-2-1 cadence. So it's lower for 2, pause for 1, rise for 2, pause for 1, and repeat. So that push-up again will look something like this. So it's 1, 2, pause, 1, 2, pause, 1, 2, pause, 1, 2, pause. Now those pauses are important. What we're doing is we are not taking advantage of that stretch shortening cycle. What we're doing is making sure the muscles are getting that maximum workload there by pausing. It's not allowing that muscle to spring back. Right? And that will be important because I'm going to explain in just a minute why we are doing that. The other important thing to do with all these push-ups is notice I have a neutral spine, right? My low back is either straight to slightly rounded. It's not arched, no duck butt. So my core and my abs are embraced here. Okay? If I'm like this, I'm losing all my power and I'm not training my body to maximize the effect of the push-up. So what I want to make sure is I have my core embraced, abs are squeezed, rib cage is down, glutes are squeezed. Put our feet together to make this nice and challenging. And we're going to lower for 2, pause for 1, up, pause for 1. Now, the other reason we're going to do these 2-1-2-1 is because one of the biggest issues I have with athletes who are first starting push-ups, or they go crazy and say, hey, I'm going to do the 100 push-up challenge. I'm going to add a push-up every single day and get to 100 or 1,000 push-ups or whatever it might be, is eventually they complain, my wrists hurt, my elbows hurt, my shoulders hurt, and they're injured. They can't do them anymore. They have to take a rest from doing it. So the benefit of doing it this way is we're going to allow the soft tissue, the tendons, the ligaments, all that meaty parts of your joints to adapt along with the muscles. Because these wall push-ups very likely will not be very hard for you. Very likely you'll be able to do these. But I want you to progress with these slowly. So the first exercise we're doing here is wall push-ups. Let's turn this upside down this way. All right. And so what I want you to do, wall push-ups. I want you to go for 3 sets by 50 reps. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, not that hard, right? And the tempo for all these, all tempo is a 2, 1, 2, 1, right? So 2, 3, 10 of those wall push-ups even, not that challenging. Good, it shouldn't be. You're going to get up to 3 sets of 50 though, and by then you're going to start to feel it. And again, don't rush ahead. Do these. When you can do 3 sets of 50 twice in 1 week, and take at least 1 or 2 days in between doing these, let your body time to heal and adapt. I would suggest at least 2 days in between your push-up sets, because that's what we're all about. Don't rush the goal. The goal may be to do a full push-up perfectly, maybe to do a single arm push-up. It really doesn't matter. There's no rush on this. You don't have a competition tomorrow to do the most push-ups. If you take your time and allow your body to heal and build and model itself, it's going to get you there. You're going to get to the end result, but not if you rush it. So when you can do 3 sets of 50 reps, good. You can do that twice in 1 week. Then we're going to move on. Start with 20 reps, 3 sets of 20, add on 5 each day, each week, right? So I do 20 today and I can nail that out, 3 sets of 20. Next time do 3 sets of 25. Next time do 3 sets of 30 until you can't do it anymore, and then hold there until you can. Let's say you've mastered those wall push-ups though now, right? And there's a good chance you might master those pretty quickly. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do some incline push-ups. So that's just going to take, I've got 2 chairs here, but mostly because that's what I could bring down in my basement. But I've used kitchen counters for this. I've used bathroom sink counters for this. You can use any elevated surface. Now, the higher the surface is in the beginning, the easier this is going to be. So an incline push-up, we're going to do the same thing, okay? I'm going to lead with my chest, down and up. Always leading with the chest. I'm never straightening my neck. Pushing my chin forward doesn't help me get my chest any lower. So I'm going to lower my chest, and I'm going to come up. Down and up. Okay? And I suggest you start with something higher. You're going to work your way from the wall, and you're going to work your way down to something that's about waist height. This is a little lower than that for me, but we would want something a little higher, down up to waist height. If you can get to here, great. Okay? Same thing. 2, 1, 2, 1. So lower down for 2, pause at the bottom, up for 2, pause at the top. Okay? So those are incline push-ups. And I'll move these out of the way again. And to know when you can progress to these, let me get my marker. Incline push-ups. I'm just abbreviating push-ups. We're going to go with 3 sets of 40 reps. Okay? Again, take 2 days in between, right? So I do my push-ups on Monday. I'm not doing my next push-up set again until Thursday. Why? I want to do them every day. And then how am I going to get stronger? You're going to get stronger in the beginning, but what you're really going to do is wear down these elbows, you're going to wear down these wrists, you're going to wear down those shoulders. Give your body time. Your muscles will adapt super fast. You'll be strong. You'll be able to do it. It's the soft tissue, it's the ligaments, it's the tendons that won't be able to, and you're going to end up saying, man, my elbows are really hurting, or my shoulders are really hurting, and I don't know why. I'm telling you why. You're rushing this process, right? So enjoy the process, focus on progress. So 3 sets of 40. Now, you've nailed those. You've got your 3 sets of 40. We're going to move on to kneeling push-ups. Now, these look really simple, right? Kneeling push-up. Good. We're going to move my chairs out of the way here. Simple. We're going to come to a kneeling position. Keep that spine nice and neutral again, so my low back is slightly rounded to straight. Shoulders are slightly protracted, so I'm not way up here, but I'm not down here either. And I'm just going to lower down. Chest to the ground, nose to the ground, back up. 1, 2, pause. 1, up. 1, 2, pause. Down. 1, 2, pause for 1, up. 1, 2, pause. A kneeling push-up. Simple. I think everybody's familiar with kneeling push-ups. So, the most important thing on that push-up is to make sure that the core is not sagging. I see a lot of people trying to do push-ups like this. All right? That's not a good push-up. You're going to hurt your back. You're not strengthening your core. So, brace that core, squeeze the abs, squeeze the glutes, tuck the rib cage, tuck the hips under, and hold that solid, strong position. So, kneeling push-ups. We're going to do for 3 sets of 30. All right? We can do 3 sets of 30. Good. Move on. We're finally going to come to a full push-up, but we're going to come to a half push-up. So we're going to come down to the ground. Now I've got a yoga block here. Now you can use a soccer ball or a basketball or a foam roller. The nice thing about the yoga block is I can go from tallest to taller to shortest, right? I can make adaptations. So what do I mean by that? Well, we're going to start here. I'm going to put this yoga block up just below my navel, okay? Neutral spine. I'm going to lower down. 1, 2, pause for 1, back 1, 2. Now, when I touch my belly here, the cue I like to use is imagine you're lowering down to touch an egg, right? Not a hard-boiled egg, just an uncooked egg. We don't want to squash that egg. So lower down, just put a little bit of pressure on it, and then come back up. You're not waiting on it. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to come 1, 2, up, 1, 2. Down, 1, 2, up, 1, 2. At this point, I want you to focus on bringing those legs together and squeezing them together. From here, hey, look, I was up higher. I can bring it down to here now. I'm going to come down. 1, 2, pause for 1, up, 1, 2, pause for 1, down, 1, 2, pause for 1, up, 1, 2. Eventually I can flatten that down again. And when I can do that, when I can get through 2 sets of 25, okay, so these half push-ups, when I can get through 2 sets of 25, twice, all these things are twice in 1 week, right? When I get through those 2 sets of 25, I am ready. I have the strength, I have the soft tissue, pliability and plasticity and strength to move forward to full push-ups. So, hopefully this has helped you. You know, start easy. Check the ego out. No ego, all sweat. Get rid of the ego, start with the wall push-ups. Chances are this week you can gravitate from the wall push-ups to the incline push-up. But I have honestly worked with very few people that can jump all the way to a proper push-up and do a proper push-up with perfect form, no problems, and they can do them without cause or risk of injury. So start here. Trust me on this, please. I know you're probably saying, well, I can do 100 push-ups. Well, maybe you can, but if you're like most people, you're probably not doing them right. And you're going to have injured elbows and injured shoulders, if not something else over time. Start here, please. That's where you want to start. That's going to give you the strength. That's going to protect you from injury. And this has a full progression for you. If you have any questions, you can hit me up in the comments. If you'd like to train with me personally, I do a online program now called Inspire Live, where I do live workouts a couple of times a week, right? And you can access those either live or on demand. These workouts are for time-crunched endurance athletes who want to increase strength, who want to decrease their likelihood of injury, and who want to optimize their fitness in order to win and PR their season. So if that sounds like you, I will either put a link in the comments or there'll be a link in the profile, depending on where you're watching this. And hit me up for more information. I'd be very excited and happy to share that with you. All right, everybody. So that's push-ups in a nutshell. There are the regressions. If you have questions, like I said, hit me up. And until next time, be inspired, be inspirational, go get it.